Alright folks, and welcome to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather, and I'm now going to be talking about why I love the AFL. That's Aussie rules football. Basically, I'll just start off how I came about sort of reacting to it, watching it, etc. Basically, I did a couple of reaction videos, biggest hits in the AFL history or something like that. It was entitled Biggest Fights, and instantly it dawned on me this was the sport for me. Absolutely brilliant. The players play with 100% commitment, wholehearted, no nonsense, big hits, big tackles, bravery. They're fit, they're aggressive, they're fast, there's the speed, they're built for speed, power, endurance. I mean, they have it all, the stamina, everything, they have it all. They can jump so high to take marks. All of these things in the game just blew me away, and ultimately the competitiveness of the sport, near enough across the board in the ladder. When I started to cover watch highlights, then I started to watch live games, then I started to talk about live games, reviewing games that I'd been watching, players that I liked in the game that I'd watched. Obviously my knowledge wasn't great, but every week I watched it. I was watching 4 and 5 games a weekend. I was also watching loads of old highlights, loads of old footage of players, grand finals, covering grand finals from the past, watching highlights of them and covering them, doing reactions to them, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And a lot of thanks for that. My knowledge growing is down to the viewers and the subscribers. I can't thank you all enough for your help that you've given me to learn this sport. It's helped me fall in love with the sport. I hope that you can see the knowledge and understanding that I've got for the game now has improved tenfold, and that's down to you. That's down to you, all of yous that have helped me in terms of telling me stuff about the game in the comments section, taking time to talk to me on other social media platforms as well, players that I might like, history of clubs, just literally learning about the sport from its humble beginnings to its more sort of professional status it has as a sport now. I mean, obviously players are getting big contracts now. I think the latest big contract was Brodie Grundy of Collingwood, who's the highest paid ruckman of all time ever. I feel he deserves that pay. When you relate it to other sports, it's not a massive contract, it's a huge contract in terms of working class people. We would never get the sort of pay that these AFL superstars are getting nowadays. But back in the day, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, when some of the best players that ever play the game were playing, I mean, their wages were nowhere near what the current players are getting. The sort of the professionalism of the game as a whole, the physios, the nutritionalists, the masseuses, the televised coverage that it's getting from top to bottom. What a transformation of a sport, and it thoroughly deserves it. It deserves to be up there. It probably deserves to actually be bigger, purely because when you watch a game, on average these players are running 14 to 15 kilometres a game, which is an incredible amount of ground to cover. The size of the oval that they're playing on, it's a cricket field basically, it's a cricket oval they're playing on, and they're running around and they're doing loads of sprints in this time, covering this amount of ground and mixing it with sprints, the intensity of the sprints, mixing it with the hits, mixing it with the leaps and the jumps that they have to do, the skill that they have to have to be able to bounce and run with a Sharon, which isn't easy. I've practiced with one myself, which was a gift to me from a subscriber and a friend of the channel. So I've practiced with it. I know how hard and difficult it is to kick for goal. It's not an easy skill, but they can make it look easy at times, don't they? And watching the live game gives you an appreciation of just how hard the sport is. I love the aggressiveness of it. I love how fired up and how passionate the players are. I love how passionate the fans are. I'm a passionate man. I recognise what the sacrifices these players are putting in to entertain us, and I can understand the passion that the fans get in the stands, and I'm getting it. And I've only really watched it on TV, on YouTube, things like that, videos sent to me. This is the understanding I've developed. I've not been to a live game yet, but I already get it. I get why you love it down under. If I had it here in Scotland, it would epitomise the Scottish mentality, a fighting spirit, and a sport, that competitiveness that it's got, a bit of thuggery as well at times, which is fantastic to see. Players not pulling out of anything, giving it 100% commitment. All these things that I've rhymed off there are why I love this sport. Now I'm going to get on to the people down under, the people who have supported my channel and my sort of development as a sort of AFL reacting, AFL reviewing, talking about channel, an AFL podcast kind of channel at times as well. Sort of my development and my growth as a person, and my knowledge and my love of this sport. I have to thank my subscribers, my viewers, the people down under, just people who have welcomed us as a family, not just a channel or me as an individual, but as a family. The gifts that we've received as a family. My children's received Guernseys, my children's received merchandise, my children's received toys. I mean, this one here is actually a Conor McKenna training top that was given to me by him. I've also got two of his Guernseys. I've got a signed Eddie Betts Guernsey from a subscriber, which blew me away. Loads of gifts, whether it's a sort of tank top ghillie suit thing, t-shirts, loads and loads of gifts that we've been sent. Tim Tams, Milo, loads of Australian snacks. The warmth that we've received as a channel doing this has just made me love Australia and the people even more. I never thought for 1 second reacting to a video, biggest hits in the AFL, would ever lead to making friends in another country, and I mean proper friends in another country. It really means a lot. I'll never take it for granted. I've had creators block this last wee while. What do I do now? There's no live AFL. I'm digging up old videos and I'm thinking, people aren't really want to watch this right now. They're doing their own wee things. You've got the summer holidays. You've also had the devastation of the Australian bushfires. So it's been really, really difficult as a creator doing stuff for you guys right now. I've had a bit of creator's block. I've had a little bit of stress in my own personal life right now as well, which hasn't really helped in terms of making YouTube videos. But this video is just about thanking everyone, as well as talking about why I love ultimately the sport, but the country and the people. I'll never take your support for granted. One thing I would say, if anybody's got an old Sharon knocking about, a precision one, I know they're really expensive, so if you've got a second hand one, or one that you wouldn't mind sort of parting ways with, if you could send it to me, because this Sharon is more of a sort of trophy type Sharon, like it's a club one, it's an Adelaide Crows one. It's not necessarily a great one for kicking, it's just more for show and display. Really, really love it, but when I kicked it, people were saying that's why you get the crosswind blowing it out of weight. So if anybody's got an old precision Sharon that they can part ways with, please send it to me, and I'll do videos of me practicing with the Sharon. I want to improve my kicking as well as my other skills as well in this sport. I love it. I absolutely loved going up there and making that video for you guys. I know that I'm not very good at it, but just showing you like what this sport means to me, and how much I'm committed to making videos for you, for your entertainment as well. It would be fantastic to receive one of them. But I want to say one thing. I did receive a gift. This one blew me away, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. It was from a family, and this is just one of the wee items that was sent. It's Belgrave South Belgrave Saints Junior Football Club there in Melbourne, Victoria. From a family, the Manning family, the personalised notes that they sent, the grand final that was sent for the under-12s. South Belgrave, across the age groups, are absolutely flying high right now. They're doing really, really well. But the reason why this I'll never forget this, was the personalised letter from a young player that plays under 12s, Fletcher Manning. He knows who he is, and his teammates. They're doing so well right now. They've won back-to-back junior flags, which is fantastic to see. Their love for the sport, but the personalised note, and he was saying to me, I inspire him. Now, that blew me away, because for somebody that doesn't have a great knowledge of the sport, for somebody who's only new to the sport, but I do have a passion for it, for that passion to shine through and inspire young guys in Australia who are playing the game to want to play the sport and improve. That struck a chord. I mean, that got me quite emotional. That's why I do it. And I totally get it. I totally get why people in Australia are so passionate about their sport, Aussie rules. I really do. It's a sport I would absolutely live and breathe if I was from down under. It's a shame really I am where I am. We do have little clubs here, which I will cover next year in 2020. Do stay with the channel if you're new. I just want to throw this out here quickly. I'll be covering the whole of the 2020 season, so stay with me for my reviews on games, for my chat about players, rumours that are happening throughout the year, potential rule changes that you get with the AFL, etc. I'll cover it all next year. Obviously, with it being down season, I've kind of found it hard, as I said, getting the creators block to give you good content and give you stuff to talk about. But as I say, that's what we'll be doing in 2020, and that's really it, guys. I mean, as I said, it's a shame really that I've not been able to go to a live game yet, because I would be able to talk about why I love it so much, why I love this sport so much, and also cover live games and how great it is for a first time experience of it.
My teddy bear!
And I would... Your teddy bear. There's Boss Baby, my daughter. She's a star of the show as well. Want to say hello? Quickly. Boss Baby's a star of the show. The channel, we covered loads of AFL videos together, haven't we? Yeah. As I said, this is a family channel. We are aiming to bring this channel down under and do an AFL vlogging trip in 2021. We're a good bit of money away yet from it. So, if you'd like to become a patron and help us get there as a family, right, wait there, and experience the AFL games live, that would be unbelievable. We've also got a donations thing in the description section below as well. It's called Get Us to Oz. So that'll be running out on every video as well if you want to check it out. You don't have to, there's no pressure to do it, but it would be fantastic if you could. So anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to explain to people, why is this crazy Scotsman covering AFL all the time? If you've come across this video, I hope this explains a little bit to you. And I will be doing AFL 2020 season from round 1.
Hi.
Brains, Sarge, Boss Baby, and I'm the Donfather. We've got the Don Mother as well. She's actually currently at work. So we'll all be doing loads of the AFL videos for you next year. You can expect to see stuff. As I say, people have sent gifts to the channel. If anybody's thinking, how do I send this guy a gift, or the family a gift, there is a PO box in the description section below as well, and all of our social media platforms if you want to follow us. I just felt like I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I've been missing the sport, I've been missing the chat, and Boss Baby, I don't know if you've been eating sweeties.
No,
she's not, but she's full of beans right now. She's all hyper and excitable. So have a great day wherever you are, and I hope next week goes quick for you, and it's one more week over quicker to the AFL season starting up. I cannot wait. Thanks very much, everyone. We are the Don's channel. I am the Donfather. Peace and goodbye.